Welcome back to the Brew Crew podcast, everyone. This is a monumental, momentous occasion, episode 250. Yes, it took us 5 years to get here, but we are here. Episode 250. We're in the Carriage House bar again. Thank you, Matt. Welcome back.
Woo!
Thanks for joining me in the Carriage House.
Sunday fun day.
Get the beer open here. It's morning time. We hopefully have some surprises in store for everybody. But even if not, I bought several beers. I'm sure you have several beers. We're going to do a lot of tasting, a lot of rating, and a lot of chit-chatting.
Chit-chatting.
I mean, I got some really themed beers here.
What?
Yep, themed beers.
I drank a beer.
Oh, love it. That's one of the best. So here we are, episode 250. And how you been?
Any better, I'd have to be twins. I love recording, one, in the Carriage House bar. But two, I love recording. Like, again, it's just for the mole people. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. We're getting this ready for you. 250, big time. Hopefully, the surprises come through.
Oh, I hope the surprises come through. I think they will, but we'll find out.
Ooh,
we'll
tipping your hand, they.
Oh, I'm not tipping my hand. I don't know anything.
They.
Oh, yeah. Did I say that?
You said they.
Yeah, the surprises.
They. The surprises are a they.
They are they.
They are they.
They are they. Not to get too pronoun heavy on this show. We like to stay neutral, but hey.
I found out it's a pronoun.
Oh, is it?
We just talked about this on
it
is a pronoun.
Yeah,
what was
it's
the
just
other
disrespectful for anything but a dog, maybe.
Is it?
I don't think should you be calling it to humans?
I don't know.
I guess if they identify as an it, then yes.
250.
Pennywise.
Right. I got what you were going with that. 250. This is
250.
usually the brain juices. We're still getting here, folks. The brain juices are still. I love the interactions, by the way, that we've been having on YouTube. So a lot of giving back. Get involved with those because they are lively.
Yeah, they're lively.
And people come back to them.
Oh yeah, for old episodes and stuff. And if we reply, I love it. Just a great comment section.
That's why I have to reply as myself because then I get the notification. So like it pops in or whatever.
Okay.
But I'm just getting into the habit that I'm trying to do it every day around the same time.
I only comment as myself if I'm commenting on the episode I'm watching. Whereas if I'm responding to other comments,
then you're way more professional. Yeah. You're way more professional.
I will comment as myself sometimes. Especially if people address me personally, mostly Wisconsinites.
Yeah. So you got to defend yourself. The big news, we got another new subscriber last night. One of my long best friends, Chuggalo Evan, and he's like, the best part is, he goes, I had no idea that you were doing a podcast.
Wow.
So here we are.
5 years in.
5 years in, going into our 6th year.
250.
And he had no clue. So he was subscriber 93.
Welcome to the crew.
And I told him we were going to be recording and I was going to give him a note.
And it has nothing to do with the baseball team in Wisconsin. The Brew Crew is brew beer. Just wanted to make sure everyone knows.
Yeah. Devastating. Devastating. The good news, the baseball. I'm glad JT brought it up.
We're in the throes of October.
Baseball. 2nd and 3rd place in fantasy.
Oh,
both
yeah,
of us.
Man. First time I've won money in
cashed
that baseball
out.
Team.
So that's awesome.
That was great.
On the unawesome, the Brewers were in the playoffs for 27 hours.
That's not a lot of time.
My favorite hour of our playoff run, I mean, there were so many, was hour between games.
27 hours.
Yeah, 27 hours.
Well, let's count
from first pitch to end of the pitch.
The whole postseason.
Yeah.
Which starts the very minute the season ended for them.
Yeah. So then it's probably 51 hours.
Yeah, so about 50, 60 hours.
But my favorite hour was when I was sleeping between midnight and 1 a.m.
That was your favorite hour?
Yeah, because we weren't getting trounced.
Yeah. Who was the team? I'll be honest, I didn't watch because
all
the games were on ESPN.
Yeah.
And I don't have cable. Who did they play?
The Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and the Diamondbacks have been dangerous as shit.
We were up in both games.
Yeah.
And then just like the middle innings were just like, okay, we're going to give you 47 runs. It wasn't that bad. I could be a baseball commentator.
Here's how I know from a non-data perspective that the Brewers weren't going to win that series.
Yeah.
Because the Cubs and the Brewers were competitive with each other, and the Diamondbacks destroyed the Cubs. Like, total, like for 6 straight games.
Yeah, some of
And
that.
so I knew any team that's competitive with the Cubs probably has got a similar amount of.
I think it's similar in football where you can throw like division rivalries. You can throw the book out. There's people goose up for those games.
And I don't know. You don't want to bring that up in a Bears bar because they've been not competitive against their rivals.
Yeah,
Which I do consider, and I want to.
Congrats on your first win in a year.
Thanks. It was a dominating win too.
Yeah, it was. I lost everyone in our Pick'em league besides one guy. Chuggalo John. He put 1 point on the Bears, and then everyone else had double-digit points besides me. I only put 7 on the Bears.
Yeah, very controversial conversation. Well, I want to get your take on something. I'll put that aside. But first, I'll say the Bears are proof to my point that we had in the chat. That and let's get your take for all of the Brew Crew fans who like the sports talk. I don't think in the NFL in particular there is an incentive to win.
There is.
There is no incentive to ownership.
Right.
My opinion. And I think the data backs this up. To the financial benefit of the owners, winning doesn't matter. Now, the Bears didn't start winning until the coach's ass was on the line. And then changes were made. Chase Claypool was benched.
Smart
traded,
decision.
And the team just came together. I mean, there was a cancer in the locker room, and somehow, Justin Fields, DJ Moore, the defense, they were like, oh, we're cool now. We can play a real football game and be competitive. Something was wrong. And the Bears are proof of that. Their value is like insanely high. It's like 5th in the NFL.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if we lose. Every Facebook friend I have that's a Bears fan is just staunch. And if you know anything about Chicago, I think it's probably similar in Wisconsin. It's not like California where it's like name brands, North Face and Prada or whatever. I don't really know name brands. There's a legit sports fashion in Chicago. Like Cubs, Blackhawks, Bears, Bulls, Sox.
When you
People
say
wear
fashion,
that as their it's going out time. I'm gonna put on my nicest Cubs shirt.
Yeah, my father-in-law is a lot like that with Wisconsin Badger stuff.
Yeah, I mean that is like a Midwest thing, but I think like Illinois, Wisconsin, somewhat Ohio with Ohio State, the Bears are not going to lose money if they suck. That's my point here.
Yeah,
people are still going to buy shit constantly.
I got into another Ohio Midwest argument again. It's not East Coast,
the Midwest,
and it's not the Midwest. People say Ohio, it's on its own.
It could be on its own, but I think if you take the Appalachian Mountain Range, then you could make an argument for the Midwest.
Yeah, because everyone will agree that Indiana is the Midwest. And I'm one of those people, I don't think Ohio's the Midwest.
Okay.
But Indiana's an hour away. So your delineation is the state border. It's not like nebulous. It's not in the middle of the state.
Well, the original idea of the Midwest was from a British perspective.
Yeah.
Now we have state borders, so that contributes. But also, don't you feel like Ohioans kind of, at least maybe half the state, let's say, the western half, I kind of feel Midwestern here.
I don't know.
You get towards the other part and a lot of southern accents. Cleveland maybe is a little Midwest because it's real blue collar.
I mean, we're an hour from southern accent, like Cincinnati, Chillicothe, like there's a drawl down there.
Yeah, I never understood that.
And that's less than an hour. Like so,
it's like selective drawl.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because once you get into the heart of the city, they don't have it anymore.
No, but out the periphery, because Chillicothe used to be the first capital of the state.
Oh no way!
Oh,
ooh.
Wow!
Possibly a surprise coming here. Let me see if the door's stuck.
Oh, the door might be. I will keep it going. So anyways, I can do this. Oh, we've got one of they. We've got one of they. Oh, look at this guy. The Hoff.
Look at this guy.
What's up,
bills and everything.
Bills and boats.
Damn, dude. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
For all those watching, this is the Hoff.
This is the Hoff.
Not on camera yet.
Where's the camera?
Camera's right there.
It's pointing towards the other side.
So you could sit wherever you want,
you
Hoff.
can sit wherever you want. Make sure all the seats are covered. Come on in. There's some McGriddles here.
Grab yourself a beer. Hoff, good to see you.
Good to see you.
The new guest, we've talked about the Hoff, but he's never been on the show.
I have not.
So
I
they'll
did not know I was
probably-
going to be on the show.
Take a higher one. It's going to
That's
be
why
better
we
for
wanted
camera.
you to come over here. This is our 250th episode.
Oh,
This is a
I'm on.
milestone episode. That's why we're doing this so early. And there's breakfast and everything.
Yeah, I brought some bills.
What do you want? You want a beer? You
the
want
Hoff is
you
here.
Drink this? You want to go in the fridge and grab something?
Oh,
There's a ton in there. Something you might like.
Go
Anything not
go on the fridge.
bottom shelf
All right,
is
all right.
free for you.
So,
oh man.
Hoff, I'm glad that he came when he did. We're gonna get back to it. This is the magic that the BCP is. Is Ohio? He's an Ohio native.
Yeah.
Is Ohio a Midwest state?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like
Do
you're
you feel
Midwest?
like-
I
you're
mean, I
Midwest.
guess I would say it's considered Midwest. I don't know if you geographically, it's kind of on the edge there.
Yeah, see, that's the argument people
Yeah.
are making, is that maybe it's
I'll
not.
do a boat.
All right.
What are you guys drinking?
Would you like to start?
Bleach, Bush Light Peach.
Oh,
We start off a little light.
I'll go straight heavy.
Yeah, go
That-
straight
yeah.
heavy. We got
It's
tons,
Sunday
tons
fun
of
day.
beer to try
Oh,
today.
yeah.
So, here you go. There's a koozie you can use. Tell the Chuggalos about your day so far, because there was a little consternation. It's not you. We referred to the surprise as they. So we're not going to talk about the other part of they. But there was a little bit of pushback on how early we were going to start today.
Yeah.
And understandably
I did
so.
not push back, but I got here.
No.
Half hour.
No, and
Like-
and we were going to do it. We're going to do a rolling start anyways.
Yeah.
What have you done thus far today?
I woke up. I took a shower. Ran
Morning.
the bills,
So you're
and
a
came
morning
here.
shower.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a
Did you
shower
know we
every
were
morning.
doing a podcast?
What's that?
Did you know we were
going
going to do the podcast?
I
Or
had
did
no
you think we
clue.
were just hanging out?
I thought we were just
Oh.
hanging out.
Maybe we should have mentioned that.
I thought the point was not to mention it.
Oh, was it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't.
Well,
thought-
the hangout.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
the
the
hangout
hangout's
is
the
going.
thing,
we
but
this
we
is
also-
episode 250.
Yeah, we wanted to have like a big momentous surprise.
Awesome.
And then
I like
And
it.
you're one of them. Are
And
you
then-
okay with that?
I'm good with it.
Okay.
And then part of it is the reason, and we'll go over it once the other half of they show up. But the reason this started from our hangouts, like we talked about doing a podcast when we would get together for our random drinks, and
Happy
here it
hour.
is,
Yeah.
still going.
Yeah, that's crazy. You guys
5
kept
years
it
later.
alive.
And that again, right? And then I wanted to get us all together because it'd been a year
long
since
time.
we had done it, and when JT couldn't show up a couple of weeks ago when we went to King's Table, I was like, we're gonna do it this way, and then I was like combining everything. So this is fantastic. Even
Yeah.
if the other half of they doesn't show up, this is still
He'll show up.
He'll show up.
this,
He'll show
this
up.
is.
He was pushing
And then-
back on the early time.
And then,
Yeah,
100%. And every meeting I've ever had with the other half of they've always moved the time. It doesn't matter. I was like, hell no. I go, show up whenever you can.
Yeah, whenever you
we're,
can.
We're gonna because we're gonna be up anyways.
Yeah.
God, yeah, it was a late night too. So
I hear you. This is. I was like, I'm gonna get coffee on the way. I woke up with a Red Bull. And I was like, I'm gonna.
Celsius.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something on the way. JT provided me his order, and then we're gonna get right into it. It helps talking a little
Yeah.
bit because then it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
like you
it's
said, a
just
late
fun.
night.
So I'll set the stage for Hoff here. At least from my perspective, when I got involved with this crew, you were one of the first people I met. Andy was the first, and then you. And we helped Andy move.
Yeah.
And prior to that day that we helped Andy move, craft beer to me was like Fat Tire. Okay, that's
It was
about
still
as all I
early in
had.
the craft beer
Super
days.
early.
Yeah, you couldn't
But
find
you
it
gave me
anywhere.
a truth that day.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the first time I had an IPA and was like, I could drink this.
Yeah.
The shit's gonna get deep here. So I love that Hoff says that craft beer was hard to find. So we used to do a beer of the month,
Yeah.
and he's legitimately. We had to prevent people from stopping at gas stations to buy craft beer, like on their way to work, Hoff. And it was loosely craft beer, but there was a couple of months where it was like, and he'd be like, "Oh shit, man!" Like, and he
Well, there was
showed up with Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, Sierra Nevada. Well, you know what? I bet you Sierra Nevada would argue their craft beer.
They are now.
Back then it was hard. Like you would go, you would have to find like, okay, where's Truth on tap?
There's no Pats.
It
yet.
wasn't everywhere.
Yeah,
like
right.
It is
Yeah,
now.
there was no Pats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's partial. That's true, and I think like people thought non-standard beers were craft. Like Leinenkugels in Ohio is probably like, oh, that's craft.
Oh, it's
like not popular.
Then the inverse of that, Yingling back home. That's why people want Yingling back home.
Yep.
And we bring Lou Garris here. New Glarus. Wow. I thought
you were gonna say Lou Garris.
Lou Garris. I just thought Chuck was bringing out a wad of cash. We're gonna get paid off here.
Oh, yeah. That's our ad revenue.
Oh yeah.
From the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
And Rheingeist. This is all just one big ad, actually.
So
We've been lying to everyone.
I'm almost empty. Are we gonna wait for they to kick a beer off?
No, we can kick a beer off.
Okay.
So,
but I don't want to rush you because otherwise I was gonna go grab another one.
No. Let's not do too many pre's. I got like 2 or 3 beers that we can try. We don't have to drink the full can.
Okay.
And 2 of them I bought cans.
I got a classy one and then one that I bought specifically knowing that the 4 of us would get together.
Okay.
That I want to try.
Well, then we'll wait on that one.
Because there's a juxtaposition and it's going to create an argument.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's start with the beer that I bought specifically with you in mind because I know you'll like it, probably, if it's good.
I think he's got... It's been a while, and we just had a sour IPA last week, Hoff, that would rival that Tall Grass Half Pipe that you brought, which is probably still my most memorable beer from our... We did that for 5 years.
Yeah.
The work Beer of the Month Club, and that is still my most...
That.
Yeah. Oh, if I ever find that again. So now, that was always my target to hit for a sour IPA. Is that, and we just had one here the other week. Oh, we've got glasses.
So these were on the singles shelf at Barrel House, so yeah. I only got 2 of them. So we're going to have to share a little bit here. But
sharing is caring, and we get to have more. Because really it's Sunday, we don't want to tune up the band too much. Oh, that's smart.
Oh yeah, so those are truck or car mat.
There you go.
Cup holder things.
I just bring my own.
So okay,
beer mat.
Yeah, so you guys, we can just split those into the glasses. So this is Trophy Brewing Company. I love the can art, but I bought this because it is a West Coast IPA.
Oh hell yeah!
We haven't had a West Coast in a while.
No,
there's
all this
some
hazy
conflict
shit
between Matt and I of which IPA is better, the West Coast or a hazy East Coast. So we're gonna put that to the test. This is a West Coast India Pale Ale with grapefruit. It's a collaboration between Trophy Brewing Company and Fifth Frame Brewing Company, and it's called Prize to Catch.
So Hoff, I think you're with me.
7.8.
Hold on, don't open it yet. We got to do that synchronized.
Oh, okay. So let me know.
Yeah. So he'll come
get ready, and then I'll count down.
Matt,
3,
can
2,
I do
1.
that, or you want to do it?
No, please.
So we'll go 3, 2, 1, and then after 1.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
We'll get better. We'll get better.
So yeah, just pour your... Now, I did try to get the labels off the bottom of the glasses because I know that was a concern last time.
Labels off the bottom. Okay.
They're stuck a little.
My question, Hoff, you are a WIPA guy over at Niepa, right? You like West Coast versus the Hazies?
I did. I'm starting to lean towards the hazies a little bit more now.
Get the fuck out.
But I mean, like
just that juiciness is good.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can go either side.
Cut this. Edit it.
I can go either way.
Edit it out.
So Prize to Catch. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, we'll clink some glasses here.
It's good audio.
Right over the mic too. Perfect. So, one thing I'll point out, I noticed that
is juicy.
That is juicy. Do you ever watch Love Is Blind?
No.
So I watch some trash TV because it's fun, and there's couples who do that thing where they tap the glass. I remember the first time we drank together, I did it because you did it, and then you said something.
No,
like,
you cheers and then you go down.
What is the point of that?
It's like, for me, it's like shaking with your right hand versus your left hand. You just do it. Shaking with your left hand is bad luck. If you don't do that, it's just... There's a German thing to it. Wow. I'm going to Google it. But
there's
I always
times
do
where
it.
you do it and like there's like this muscle memory thing that... But I'm like, no, I don't do that.
The best part is when we sit at the dinner table, my 7 and 4-year-old will do that. So even where
nice,
they love
after milk.
They love kitty cocktails or whatever, but they love cheersing. Good. Yeah. Here though, again, another Midwesternism. They call them here back home. They're kitty cocktails. Here they're Shirley Temples.
Yeah.
But it's a 1-for-1. Oh, is that they?
Rogers.
That's not they.
That's not they.
Not on my phone anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, just get a nice taste for the... I don't know when the last time you listened was. But we like
been
to
a while.
give pretty detailed reviews. Matt, he likes to go off the top rope, and I'll give a little bit more about the can art. But while we get a nice taste for this, what do you think? You haven't been here yet, right?
No, this is the first time I've been here.
This is the Carriage House.
Yeah, this is awesome.
When we bought this place, this was all empty, and there was only 2 outlets. One was in that light. Don't look at it. I just did, and it blinded me.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
And then there was one in the light on the ceiling in that room, and that was it. There was no other electricity out here. So we got this fully wired up. There's outlets everywhere. Got plumbing. There's a sink. There's a bathroom with a urinal.
That's what I've heard. I've heard
Yeah,
rumors
there's a
of
urinal.
this.
I hope you get to use it.
I'm sure I will.
And I've got heating and air in here. So if you get cold, I can put the heat on.
Oh, we're good.
They used to the urinal used to be just open a window and hang it out, but
It used to be.
it pissed JT off there because the neighbors was.
That's what's funny
I was
about
like, I don't
that
care
is
if they
that-
see me.
Well, what's funny about that is the neighbor, when we moved in, the neighbor was like, yeah, this room, she's lived here for 50 years.
Yeah.
And she said that she's been through, I think, 3 people who've owned this house. And the last people who owned it, the kids would just party out here, the teenagers,
really?
and they pee out the back door. And she'd see them, because she sits on her deck.
She had a little bit of concern when I hung my ass out there and I was shitting.
So
And then I was like, bring me toilet paper. And it's not my fault because I would have been a lot quicker shitter, but no one, they just left me hanging out. They didn't bring me toilet paper. So then they hear me screaming.
Well,
and then I'm slapping my
I
ass.
believe I specifically remember saying, back then, I was like, please go in the house. The bathroom in the house is literally, you go in the door, it's right there. It's the first door. But it's Matt. Matt being Matt.
You don't leave a bar to go next door to go to the bathroom. You got to.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you can do that.
Like if it's a legit not a house bar, sure.
It's a Carriage House.
You pee outside. But if it's a house bar, you
I
gotta
tell.
follow the house rules. Luckily now there's a urinal.
JT is trying to be like, it's just Matt. So I knew it was like nails on a chalkboard to him that I was doing it. And I was like, I don't want to go negotiate stairs. Like, man,
I'm not sure I made any rules other than that one.
I'm fine.
That's the
That's
one
the
rule.
only reason that would bring it up.
I was like, I'm fine with it. JT's like, I'm not fine with it. He put on a strong face, and I was a dick.
So did you do all the work up here?
So this bar I built with my brother-in-law. He came for a week, and we built this ourselves with our bare hands, and some tools. Put all this. Oh yeah, we did all this stuff. It was all. So the electricity and stuff. No, we hired somebody to do that.
You hurt yourself with that.
Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, we insulated the ceiling, and it's just a nice. You used to get frosty in here in the winter
I bet.
because there was no insulation. This was just. I don't know. Someone used to live in here, I guess, when there were horses or something.
Yeah, so
That's what a carriage house is.
What year was this house built? You know.
The house was built in 1880, and this was, I think, built in 1915 or 20.
Yeah, so the house caretaker would live above where the horses were, so he or she would just go downstairs. But yeah, so this was designed to be an apartment.
There's a boiler there's a basement to this garage.
It's a dungeon.
There's a boiler down there, and it's from 1918. I looked it up, so that's at least probably how old this place is. Because I'm sure they were rich and they bought the newest stuff. Yeah. So it was 1918 probably, I'd say.
But isn't this like a dream to have? Like, could you imagine?
So there were working
Screaming
radiators,
at the Browns,
but there's not now. So yeah, then we got this big 60-inch TV that I won from Centauri's Christmas party about 6 years ago. And there it is. You can watch football in here. It's amazing. Yeah, and it doesn't always feel cold in here. It's just cold now because it's like the in-between fall and winter.
I'm in shorts. I'm in shorts and I'm comfortable.
Yeah, same here. Your feet get cold because there's no insulation between the floor and the garage. Other than that, it's comfortable. And once the heat kicks on, it's not bad. Anyway, that's the Carriage House. For those who didn't know, that's the history. And now Hoff's seen it.
No, I've seen it.
Yeah.
The house is gorgeous too. From
Yeah,
the outside
thanks.
at least.
Dude.
Yeah, I'll take you in there.
Yeah.
Get ready for the
Have
tour.
you seen the attic yet?
No, not since you've done it.
Oh
no.
yeah, we redid the whole there was an attic that was just unfinished 100-year-old wood and shit. Like there was dust on there probably from 1800. And we redid the whole thing.
That was like
It's
a rec
game
room or a game room? Yeah.
It's a game room, yeah.
Awesome.
It's fucking awesome. Love it. Anyway, anyone who wants to get a tour who's not weird murderer.
Who's not a weird murderer?
I don't think we have any weird murderer fans.
Oh, they're probably the amount of views are going up. I'm not going to be able to speak for everyone.
Here's one thing I've noticed from doing this podcast for 5 years.
We'll put the address. Just show up.
Yeah, just show up whenever.
The address. We'll scroll the address.
If you have my number or any contact information, you're worthy of touring my house.
This is him getting uncomfortable. Hey, come and
No.
Come and piss out the window.
It's all inclusive. I'll put the address. It's 123 Main Street, San Diego, California. So go there.
Go there. Tell them JT sent you.
Tell them you're looking for JT. They'll know.
I can't wait if there's a JT there, and they're just going to be perplexed.
Just at 123 Main Street, San Diego. I don't think there is a 123 Main Street,
Why
San Diego.
this? Oh.
There might be. He's going to look it up. So one thing I've noticed in the 5 years is that on this show, it is cliche to say, excuse me, when you burp. He says, sorry, Stacy, and I just ignore the fact that I've burped. Now, after social drinking interactions, I fear I've done that. Not podcasts.
There is a 123 Main Street.
It's just become habit.
It's a gas station.
Oh, it's a gas station?
It's off the market.
Ask for JT.
Well, no, that's where you are. You can't be surprised. You're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, if I'm not there, ask for me.
Okay.
Ask for JT. Ask the guy at the counter. Anyway, I do fear that now I've burped in public. Do you say sorry, Stacy, everywhere?
No.
On accident? See, I feel like I've been burping and not hearing it. I'll go home from drinking with friends from work. I'm like, shit, did I burp and not say excuse me at all? You know?
You're so conscious about it.
It's weird now because I forgot.
My daughters are where they're laughing about it. When they fart.
Oh yeah,
they know
farts are funny.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't have girls as kids, but I don't like that it's taboo for girls to laugh at farts. Everyone should laugh at farts. They're funny. They're funny.
Yes.
Period.
My daughter will laugh at
It's
her
not
farts.
ladylike to be oh, a fart is rude and I don't like it. Come on, who does that? If I had daughters, I don't know. It'd be weird. It'd be weird.
They're very different.
Crazy. Yeah,
they're very different.
You guys
to raise.
both know what that's like. I have 2 sons, and it's just a fart party.
Well, that's right. Fart party,
man. I mean, geez, dude. They're both one's a sophomore, so he's over the puberty hump. One's at 8th grade, so he's in it, and it's just it smells everywhere. You know,
Feet,
they
farts.
can't figure out if they're hungry or full, so they just keep eating. It's just insane. It's such an awkward time, you know. Yeah. Sometimes they walk funny because they haven't figured out their bodies yet because they've grown so much.
Yeah.
So weird. It's a weird time.
I haven't seen them in a while.
I don't. Man. Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah.
Got 2 adults in the house.
This is really juicy.
Yeah,
this is way juicier than I
juicy.
expected.
This might be the best middle ground between the West Coast. 'Cause I'm just when I get a West Coast that just punches you in the tongue with dry hops,
bitter.
I'm just I don't
love it.
This isn't
crave it.
What should I be doing when I'm drinking that beer? Should I be eating? Should I be just enjoying it, riding the mower?
I just enjoy it.
Those dry ones, I feel there's got to be something to it that pairs with it, some activity, because I just don't like drinking it by itself. Maybe you need to eat a salty food. And maybe then you'll crave it. I don't know. This though, feel free to help yourself to more. There's plenty. And
7.8% too, so it's right in that sweet spot where you would expect.
Yep. But it is really, so this is definitely a juicy beer. You can feel free to join in with the ratings. We go, you know how we do it.
Do you do it the same way we used to do the beer club? I don't.
Well,
right.
0.25s.
0.25 increments.
Okay.
Yeah. 0 through 5.
0 to 5. Yeah.
That's the one thing. I wish I could get that spreadsheet out of the building.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, because I can.
Yeah, and it would look better if you sent it.
Oh yeah, I have it.
Can you just print it out?
I mean, that would be the way to do it. I'd rather have it digital, but I can print it out.
Print it out, scan it.
Trophy Brewing is.
I can write you some code that'll
from Raleigh.
That's
great.
Put the text in.
We love.
We have a data scientist here.
Yeah, we love just random code.
Just OCR. It's pretty simple. It's probably only a couple lines of code. Just print it. I'll scan it. We'll have our data.
Jeez. Okay, so
comments in there.
So for Trophy Brewing, you can find out more at trophybrewing.com. Their website is the one, I can flip this around for you guys to see. It's where they have the montage that keeps going. So it's the live video
nice
montage.
Slideshow.
It's not the slideshow. It's real
Video.
It's video.
Yeah,
Holy
and
shit.
it keeps going. Like it hasn't.
Look at that.
Now it's replaying.
Now it's replayed. Right.
But it's crazy. So they have a lot of like oak photos and everything, very lively. Just people, casual conversation. It's also one of those videos where it's done at like 0.75 speed.
Yeah.
So everyone's like.
It's
It
like
sets the mood.
Yeah, it puts out the vibe.
Yeah.
I think that's what people are saying, when you go split-legged on a first date. So anyways, you're just throwing out some vibes.
screensavers now are doing that.
The 0.75?
Super slow live video. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So very similar. So Raleigh, North Carolina. North Carolina's quickly becoming one of like the Oregon, if you will, of the East Coast, I would say. It's a beer haven.
Oregon is which I can no longer say with a straight face, is the North Carolina of the West Coast.
There you go. We could do it that way. So
I just think that Asheville's doing it better than anyone probably.
See, that's
beer mecca.
Man, but okay, so
can you walk around all of the Oregon breweries within like a day or two without having
I just went to Hood. I just went to Hood River in Portland. Portland, I think, has 78 breweries just in Portland.
Oh, you could definitely walk to a few then.
And then, like Hood River, it's great. They're right next to each other. Big, massive ones. Just they are essentially the same building.
But you'd go to Portland for something else. I feel like Ashland you're going there for beer. Have you been there?
I have not.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like the only reason we went was to go to breweries.
And
I don't feel like that is exactly
Well, what else is there? Is there anything else there?
My kids and my mom did zip lining.
Oh.
But
you do
because
that anyway.
there's got to be something for families to do.
Yeah.
And it's the mountains. You're right in the Appalachian Plain.
So my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Chugalo Michelle, who's been on the pod before, she went and took my recommendations to Asheville based off of what you and Juggalo Stead have done.
Oh, yeah.
Down there. So they sent me pictures of them being
There's
at
a
the
few
Funkatorium.
musts. The Funkatorium's probably the first place everyone should go. That's kind of your, like, ease into Asheville.
And then Burial.
Then pick whatever you want. Burial is like, if you're only going to do one brewery, you got to do Burial.
You got to do Burial.
So you could skip the Funkatorium. But Burial is, like, unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's the best beer I've ever had. Wow. And, like, every beer is just as good as the last.
I'm glad we're sharing beers. Because this is
it's gonna get crazy.
lively conversation. Yeah.
Especially
when they comes. Because then the shit's going to really start flying.
I'll take just a little bit more of this one. I still got so much beer.
The other they has more nicknames on this than any other.
Yeah.
He's nickname central.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's your second hit. They is a he.
Yeah. They is a he.
It actually works as they is a he.
All
That's
right.
hillbilly for you. You get a lot of that in North Carolina.
Well, they got 5 minutes to get here, right? Because they said 9.
They said 9.
Well, they are going to push it back again.
Let me see if I can access the tracking device I put on his car. Just kidding.
Well, he won't listen anyway, so
Yeah,
he does bring it up. He did, I think, when we got together that he has listened.
Oh yeah.
Because I gave him great feedback on the episode that they has also been on the podcast.
Yes, they has been on the podcast.
I did not know that.
When I was deployed.
Yeah, just one time when he was deployed.
It was good. He was actually organic and less robotic.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't forced. Now I know he used to listen every week when he had a office.
More
at his
hints.
old job.
Which one?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Well, when you guys worked together.
Okay.
Don't worry. We're gonna tip. That's gonna come up later.
He would close his office door and listen every week, and he would always have comments and stuff. He'd never put them on YouTube. I think he would just do the iTunes version.
Yeah.
So he wasn't watching. And since he's got this job where he's more in meetings and stuff, I don't think that's when I think it
There's
all
not a
ended.
lot of time.
Maybe COVID stopped for him. Maybe that's when it stopped.
Yeah, it's crazy. We've been doing this since 2018. So like August
Isn't that nuts?
2018,
That
it's
is
still
crazy.
going now, right?
Yeah.
I started in your guys' circle in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast tacos.
And like shitloads
Yeah, I
of
remember
stuff
that.
happened.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until
Imagine if those
2018
sucked.
when the
This
happy
wouldn't have
hours
never
were-
happened. If those would have been terrible, he would have been cast off with the mouth breathers that we don't fucking talk to.
Honestly,
that
they weren't even that good because they had sat in the car and stuff. Like they weren't.
Yeah, like
fresh.
you're underselling. Like that was That was the key.
Those were good, and it was the effort that was put into it.
Yeah.
I thought that made an impression. Let's say you've just met Matt for the first time.
Yeah, I come on strong. I'm like
you're like, this dude's serious. And when you explained this potluck thing to me, I was like, holy shit, like this can't be, I can't slack on. You were giving me examples of things that like people would spend like, oh, I aged this chili for 3 days in a crock pot. I'm like, holy shit, I gotta really try here.
Game.
So the funny thing is, you brought up like the food potlucks that we do, the competitions.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes of us hanging out a couple weeks ago, we brought up how Feege brought 9 cookies.
Yeah.
And there's 10 people in the fucking potluck. Oh yeah, this is one of my things. 10 people in the potluck. You brought 9 cookies, and then you demanded that you get one of your cookies. and it's a competition.
Yeah.
It's a
and
competition.
And you rated it a 5, probably.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then for salad day, so the theme was salad. You know, there's a lot of interpretations. Motherfucker made cookies that spelled out the word salad.
Oh my gosh. Did he make them though?
Yeah, because he took like a.
Well, that's good.
He
Pre-made
took Toll House.
The 9 cookie thing.
Dough
He
and
bought
spelled it out.
cookies.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was also part of the problem.
Yeah. So, and again, like I told the Hoff, that became a running joke even at our parties, where like people that would show up for potlucks instead of like, you know, JT and I do it the same way now, where we just cater it ourselves because it's easier. Otherwise, you're doing leftovers. Where people would just like, you're coming to a potluck and you just stopped at fucking Kroger or Meijer on the way and you just bought a fucking sleeve of cookies.
Like you don't have to
Fuck
participate.
you. Yeah, you
know?
don't have to. Yeah.
Don't bring
Sit
it
out.
You're not gonna get killed or something.
To the bench, Karen. Fuck.
Yeah, but that really
But yeah.
that was awesome. That was fun.
Had yours again? Who didn't we talk? I mean, there's so many people, but you would have been with them.
With the non-talk to people.
Yeah, the mouth breathers.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that it wound up the way it did.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Set the stage for the
And then you were the
rest
last
of our
one.
lives.
You were the last one in the group.
Yeah.
And then we imploded the group.
Yeah, that's right. Because I came into the group at a stage where there were people who had previously been in the group who weren't anymore, like Jory, and I was hearing stories about these excellent people.
Yeah.
Who I didn't know.
That was pretty me too.
And I was like, holy shit! Like I'm just this new guy. I can never live up to this. I can never live up to this.
I think it's just my group, and then I was honestly, it's not people leaving; it's people being like, "This is a DTMP, don't tell Matt party."
Oh yeah.
So that's what it turned into. Yeah.
What does that mean?
So
they were excluding you.
Yeah. Then I got it. I mean, come on. I always tell people I'm a strong cup of coffee. You either enjoy Matt or you don't like Matt, and so then it turned into DTMPs, don't tell Matt party, which was great. But then I started hearing about him, and you know what? I'm gonna 123 San Diego Main Street your ass.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's the way. Full circle. All right, what do you think about this beer, guys? I'll rate it last since it's my beer.
Guest goes first.
So I will give it. So I don't know how we're rating here. How we're scaling as far as.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Factors,
if you want me.
All factors included, if you want. You can factor in can art, color, thickness, taste, everything.
Oh,
we got somebody. Let's see.
Let me see the can again real quick.
Yeah. Satiate. We got to carry it. So
go ahead.
I will go first, and then you just follow my lead.
Sounds good.
So off the top rope, I'm going to give this beer a 4.25. This beer is actually overjuiced, I feel like. It balances, it's a one note. So if like you want a juicy West Coast, and this has a lot of haze to it. Honestly, it's not very clear. One of the hallmarks of a West Coast IPA is like the clarity of it. Because, again, a lot of adjuncts or whatever, but this is extremely juicy. So if you want a juicy West Coast, this is going to be your beer. I'm trying to carry a little bit. If you don't want that, this won't be your jam. 4.25.
I'll follow up with that. I will agree with all you said. I was going to go 4. It is balanced. It does have some back end bitter to it. I like the alcohol level.
Yeah, that alcohol level is welcome.
7.8 is a good alcohol level for this beer. So yeah, I'll stick with a solid 4.
Off with a 4. JT, do you need me to carry a little bit?
Yeah, just 1 second while I rinse this cup out.
Okay, so the important thing,
Bills for you.
And he made homemade. But the big news, the other part is they is here.
They is here.
They is here.
Randy Orton. Welcome back to the show.
I'm still waking up. Man.
Yeah, it's early. It's early,
Yeah.
but this is episode 250, and we gotta go big, man. Go big or go home.
So do you guys normally do the show in the morning?
No,
No.
we still
okay.
do it after
Mondays.
hours.
Okay.
Mondays at like 2:30 typically. But because again, for the mole people, tomorrow's a holiday. They took Columbus Day away as a holiday for everywhere but the daycares. The daycares still observe it as a holiday, so I'm gonna have my dog. So it's just easier to do it this way.
What?
The can.
Oh, the can.
This one, see the can.
So we're just to catch everyone up. 425-40.
Yep.
Randy Orton, say hello to the Chuggalos. As he takes a drink, the timing on that is
It's
great.
probably the first thing he's had this morning.
It's a 3.5.
Wow.
He just that's off the top rope.
That's off the top rope.
Holy shit. So, okay, let me do the can art. I'm not even going to... I don't want Randy Orton here to have to move. So, Prize Catch by Trophy Brewing Company in collaboration with Fifth Frame. Fifth Frame, do you think that's a bowling reference?
Yeah,
Me too.
because that's a drinking
So here
frame.
it is. I bought this because of the can art, but also because it was a West Coast. So this is like a big mouth Billy Bass. It's a fish on some sort of metal contraption, but it's like a religious thing. It's almost as if this is on a
Is that a muskie?
religious pedestal of some sort. There's a cross. There's like a... I don't really know. Gosh, I wish I knew more about these objects. Are these fishing tools?
Yeah,
Materials?
lures. Yeah,
Lures and stuff?
Mm.
What do you think?
sinkers.
Yeah, okay. So it's on some
That's
sort
where
of fishing...
that's where this is why people
contraption.
tune into us for the expert commentary.
But there's also it's also like a metal thing, and there's tons of fishing lures attached to this thing, and there's a wheel at the bottom. But it's got this fish. It's really well. It's just a nice standout can art. White can sticks out amongst all of the Drekker craziness and the 450 like colorful stuff. You just see this white can with a fish on it. You're like, hell yeah! Either that's a fish beer or it's just some art on an IPA, which is what it is. So that's the can art boner segment. I'm gonna say it's brought to you by the Brew Crew Podcast, episode 250.
Yeah, we're gonna clean it.
Clean slate.
250.
I think this beer is the perfect blend of West Coast, which is too dank for my liking, and the East Coast, which is nice and juicy. This is like, it's like the best of both worlds, I think, personally. I give this beer a 4 or 5.
Oh my god, that's
Oh.
high. That's way too high.
If you
Guy
knew
offers
this was
no
a West-
comment.
if
I
you
love
knew
it.
this was a West Coast going in, you'd be like, "Oh, this beer's really good."
Randy
This
Orton
is the
just-
best.
Randy Orton just
he
noped
noped
you.
it. This is the best West Coast IPA I've ever had for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a West Coast.
Yeah.
They're too dank for me. I don't like those beers. I don't like them. But 3.5 from Randy Orton. Welcome. Sorry to throw you on camera immediately when you got here.
Oh, it's fine.
I had
It
not
tastes great with
realized
toothpaste.
until
Yeah.
Chuck got here that we never said that this was episode 250. This is also a hang.
I turned into
For
the
us.
or tuned into the last episode and
Oh.
I heard 249, so I just figured 250 was going to be later on.
Yeah.
It is.
This week.
Well,
but-
you two are the surprise of
We're the
250.
surprise guest.
And you're also surprised
And
Yes.
to be
oh, yeah.
on
Yeah.
250.
and we've got a surprise for
Sorry
you
to
guys.
throw that on there.
okay.
When will we deploy the said surprise?
We
needs
could
to
do.
be
Let's do
deployed.
one more beer. And then
One
we'll
more
do the
beer,
surprise.
and then we're gonna deploy
Yeah.
the surprise.
You want to go
Alright.
with one, or you want me to grab another one?
I've got one that I want to do, and it's gonna create.
Do we need to rinse our glasses?
No,
Okay.
I've got cans for everyone.
We've got cans for everyone.
Okay, so great timing for all of us. So then I have a gift for you guys on behalf of JT and I. Now you guys have your Brew Crew koozies.
Oh, thank you,
Look at
sir.
So here you go.
Very nice.
You can sleeve it.
A pickle beer.
A pickle beer, exactly,
Oh,
right?
Exactly. Now, when you asked me if I'd given them those,
Yeah.
I don't have any extras.
Okay, well now they have. I
would
have
like
a
to
couple
pitch
more.
in. If you've paid for those, I'd like to at least pitch in for that because I did not even do that.
Okay, so this is Wickles pickle beer from Highwire. So very North Carolina.
Yeah.
Another North Carolina must go is Highwire, and they've been. So I bought this. I know you said you were chasing the dog a little bit. So a pickle beer, like a pickleback. This could be good.
Chasing the dog.
It was a long. He said, and I quote, "It was a long night last night."
Oh,
It was
so you're both chasing the dog then.
Oh, it was a long night for you too?
Oh, little. Well, I
He
mean,
bourboned last night.
Oh.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I'm the only person.
I
who
didn't drink it
last
much.
night.
I was just up late.
I just watched trash TV.
yeah. I purposely went to bed early because I could feel it.
No, I didn't
So
get
it
to
was
bed.
a little
I
after
didn't get home
9.
until about 1.
What?
Excellent. He doesn't know about 1 a.m.
Some
Very not by choice.
Very
He's never
rarely.
heard of that time.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Now, so the joke was earlier, the Brewers were in the playoffs for 27 hours. So I went over my favorite hour of the playoff run, the 27 hours the Brewers were in the playoffs. It was from midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning between the games when we weren't getting trounced.
Okay.
It's gonna be a better joke on YouTube. Thanks for sort of laughing.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, so
Our
Wickles
Wisconsin fans.
Wickles pickle beer from High Wire Brewing. It's a 5%.
Wickles
A little
pickles.
lighter.
Okay. Is the can primed? Okay,
Is
so
it?
I'll count it.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
No, it's not prime.
Mine is. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
See?
what a
Nailed
crack!
it.
Wow.
What a
Nailed it.
crack!
A lot
That's
better.
a 4-person
Yeah.
crack there. Unbelievable. That was great.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not going to be good.
What? Come on. Again, conversation.
I actually liked the pickle beer that Urban Artifact made until I had their spicy pickle beer, and that just killed everything for me. I couldn't finish it. I had to give it to you. It was horrible.
Interesting. Okay. So it's actually a sour.
Way to
Technically,
wake
it goes
up.
is the
Andy
way.
just had a donut too. That's gonna be great.
Oh,
Donut.
and he also made homemade
I made
McGriddles.
homemade McGriddles. If you guys want to have,
He got up
I
at
actually
5 o'clock to
I
make
did.
those.
It took me 90 minutes to make those.
All right.
You don't have to
Shall
eat
we?
them.
They're
Yeah.
made
I'm
with
not
love.
trying to give you pressure. There's syrup in the pancake batter.
Wow.
I made the eggs. The cheese I didn't make. That's cheddar. That's cheddar. Wisconsin cheddar for Matt. Sargento though, which I'm sure you don't like.
No, that's fine. Speaking of cheese, what is the best cheese to put on a burger?
Oh.
I bring this up because Bobby Flay was just on Hot Ones. And he got
I'm
asked.
gonna give you a contrarian.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going American. You got to go.
Yeah, see, that's what Bobby Flay
American.
said
See,
too.
I like American cheese. I know you don't like processed cheese,
It's-
but I
it's not-
actually
it's oil.
every
It's an
blue
oil product.
cheeseburger
It's
I've ever had
delicious.
has been awesome.
God, blue cheese. Fuck.
I just
both.
think blue cheese on a burger is
like
amazing.
a black and blue.
Yeah, black and blue burger. Fuck yeah.
I'll eat Limburger. I have a block of Limburger in my fridge right now.
That's Stilton. You ever had Stilton.
Before
It's like super blue.
before blue cheese. Ugh, gross.
I do like a good
Randy
black and blue as well.
Randy
Oh,
Orton
I like
cheese
that.
on a burger. Cheddar for me.
American.
American.
Yeah.
You have to go American.
Nothing better than on an American meat sandwich than an American cheese.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hamburger's German.
Nice
But
big
anyways,
tomato onion.
No way. No way.
it's
American now. We took it.
World War champs 2 in a row. All right.
That's right.
I'm glad this beer is as polarizing as it is.
Actually, it's not bad.
This is better than that.
Wow.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I don't think this is gonna be polarizing unless Chuck hates it, because this is one of the best pickle beers I've had, and I've had several.
The first sip was a little daunting,
Yeah,
but now that I'm into the second, third sip, I'm liking it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
smell sucked.
You just
Yeah.
sip on it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna chug it.
The smell was off-putting. It smelled like a sump pump.
Jeez.
Not sewage.
Once you get
not
past
sewage.
the sump pump,
Not sewage, but you know how sump pumps just have like standing water for a while, and it's just kind of like it just makes noises all the time.
So
It smells like this beer.
like stagnant water.
Stagnant water. I'm
sorry,
and
Stacey.
like basement concrete mixed
So-
together.
one of JT's hallmarks is he will find the random household chemical that, like, he goes like, do you know like 409, like the original concoction of it, like that was made
Some
from
people
92
have
to 94.
photographic memory. I have.
That's what this
smellographic
beer
memory.
tastes like if you combined it with grape
If
jelly.
I smell something that brings me back. You remember that commercial? It was for like Downy or something.
And he said it
was
so
like,
confidently, you're like, yes,
smell-
I do remember that.
It was like smell is like it's like a memory receptor.
Oh yeah, it's true.
That's me. I can pick out a smell and boom, I can put myself where I smelled that before. And it was in a basement sump pump for sure.
combined with fresh concrete.
With not fresh basement concrete. You know, just the basement. Foundation mixed with sump pump water. Smells like this. Smell it. Give it a smell. You'll be like, yeah, that's a basement.
No, I see it.
That's a
I
basement
smell
sump
it.
pump for sure.
All right, so I will go last
Like
since this was my beer.
Smells like humidity.
Yeah.
Almost.
Smells like humidity.
Give it a smell, Matt. Tell me if any of that comes to fruition. It does. He's like, he doesn't want.
I don't want to give it to you. I don't want to.
It does though.
Because
it smells like a
this is
humid
where like
basement.
you're leading the witness. Like you're
It's a humid basement.
you're badgering me. So like I'm in the witness stand and you're like, you killed them.
As someone
You did
who's
it.
had a
You're
flooded
like,
basement, you'd agree.
Yeah.
This smells like a flooded basement, but with a sump pump,
A little bit, yeah.
which I had in Troy, which you guys have all been to. You've been there, right?
No.
Yeah, you played poker there. Long time ago.
You did,
I mean, that's a
I remember.
callback.
I was.
There's a
Okay,
lot of callbacks
yeah.
we've talked about right now. You
Yeah.
played poker at my house.
Okay, yeah,
in
yeah.
Troy, yeah.
I recently was going through a lot of pictures, and one of them was the Halloween picture from the Troy party.
Oh wow.
Um,
Yeah, you were Caitlyn Jenner.
yep, Caitlyn Jenner.
I know. He wanted that put out. That was a
man.
different time.
I don't think you can do that anymore.
No, I couldn't know.
Yeah.
That was pre-op.
If you were Caitlyn Jenner, for Halloween now,
We'd be
you would
canceled.
just be
This would be the last episode.
You'd
The
just re-identify.
The fact that you're even talking about it, this might get shut down.
We might, yeah,
Yeah.
this might get
That's it.
pulled off.
It was a
YouTube.
good run.
She-
250.
Listen, it was 2015 or 16. It was a different time.
It was. Yeah, it was 2015.
Caitlyn Jenner was a trailblazer in the area, and in that
It was 2015
In that
because Stacey was
arena.
in
pregnant.
that arena
Yeah.
of transgenderism.
Yeah.
So times were different. It wasn't as accepted as it is now. All right. Ding, ding, ding. What do you guys think? Well, this is Matt's beer, so he got
going
to
last.
go last.
You're going last? Okay.
Guess go first.
I will give this a 3.75.
Okay.
I like the other one better.
Anything? Any
Are you
highlights
taking
or
the
lowlights?
Randy Orton route where you just give the score and
Yeah. Any
you know,
highlights or lowlights here?
that's his gimmick.
It's got a strong pickle flavor, like I said from the beginning. The smell hits you first.
Yeah.
But once you get a few drinks in, your palate adjusts, and now it's good. It's
Yeah.
smooth.
Excellent.
Randy Orton.
So the last beer had just like the aftertaste wouldn't go away.
Mm.
It just stays with you. This one, there's hardly an aftertaste.
Yeah.
It goes away pretty quickly.
Smart.
You just
It's
sip on
crisp.
it. I would reach for another one of these and sip on it. So it's 3.75.
Smart commentary. I like
Wow.
it. This would pair well with a burger. It
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
would. This
Yeah,
would be
it would.
great with a savory burger. Wickles Pickle Beer. This is Can of Butter segment brought to you by episode 250 of our show. I like it. It gives the illusion that this is a pickle jar because there's pickles and then there's a label over the pickles that would be like your Vlasic or Clausen, which is the superior pickle of the two, label. But this is Wickles pickles, and so there's like the shadow of some pickles in some pickle juice, and then the label says in collaboration with Wickles Pickles, which I believe they sell at Kroger. Wickles Pickles. They come in-
That I'm not
they
familiar
don't
with.
actually come in jars. They come in like Tupperware,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird that they would do this art. Wickedly Delicious is what it says on there. And it is a sour ale brewed with cucumbers, dill, coriander, Himalayan salt, and black pepper. That's interesting that coriander's in there because usually coriander ruins everything it touches. But it did not. It did
another
not
hot
in
take.
this beer. I'll be honest, it didn't.
I would never have been able to tell you there's coriander
No,
in
me
here.
neither. It's barely in
It's
there.
not needed.
We teamed up with Wickles Pickles to make a pickle beer. This crushable sour ale is tart and refreshing with notes of fresh dill and subtle spice from Wickles' Wicked Brine, made famous by its perfect balance of sweet, sour, and spicy flavors. Now I've had the spicy. If Wickles are the ones in those Tupperware containers, now I've had their spicy pickles. They're pretty good. But if it's not, then something else. Maybe it's like Joe's Pickles. I don't know.
Joe's Pickles.
Joe's Pickles.
123 Main Street.
123
San
Main
Diego.
Street, San Diego, California. San Diego, Oregon. So good can art. The pickle and the beer are holding hands and they're dancing. Like they're maybe square dancing or just having a great celebration with each other. And that's it. That's the Can of Butter segment. Is there outro music? We don't do outro.
No, we don't
right?
do outro.
Man, how do I not know that? So yeah, just kind of going along the lines of everyone else, the smell hits you first, and like I said, I don't want to rehash it. It does smell like basement moisture and a sump pump.
In a good way somehow.
But when you taste the beer, Like if you didn't get to go through a store and pick out beers by the can, and you could only pick it out by its smell, you would never buy this beer. That's like, imagine that store.
Right?
That'd be interesting. So this beer is way better than any pickle beer I've had so far. Some of these pickle beers really hit you with the pickle. Like the Urban Artifact one is just strong as shit on the pickle, not the alcohol. This one is, I wouldn't say tart. Tart's not a good word to describe this beer. Even sour, I know it's a sour style beer. It's also not a good descriptor of the beer. It's just like a light pickle. Like a light pickle juice, almost. Can't even taste the beer part. It's actually a well-executed pickle beer. But pickle beers are a gimmick, in my opinion. I don't think there's ever going to be a time where there's just this category of pickle beers that people are really obsessive about. I don't think it can get higher than a 4, but I'm giving it a 3.75.
That's a good score.
I think a 4 is probably the highest pickle beer you could get. That would be like the best pickle ever.
I want more pickle beers. Again, anytime it's going to be one of the gimmicks I always buy. I still want to get that Old Maid one from Texas that I see. It's the pickle beer and all the craft beer.
Maybe that's the 4.
That's the, again, for a reason. But when it comes to pickles, there's definitely a pickle power ranking for me. And the reason why, off the top rope, I'm only giving this beer a 3.5. I don't want sweetness in my pickles. I don't want a bread and butter pickle. I want a dill pickle,
Bread
or I
and
want
butter's the shittiest pickle of all time.
yeah,
Do you
it's
guys
dill,
like bread and butter pickles?
dill,
They're not bad.
Yeah, but I do
Spicy.
prefer dill.
and
Just
then throw
kosher-
everything else the
kosher
fuck
dill.
out.
Kosher dill, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I want more pickle juice-esque in this. I don't want the sweetness. Get that the fuck out of here, because I know how you make sweet and sour pickles. You bury them in sugar and just let it absorb, and then you put the brine in. So anyways,
How does it not ferment? No yeast?
yeah. So anyways, I could get in because we grew up making pickles and jarring our own pickles. So, but anyways,
Pickle
dill
friendly.
dill is where it's at. Dill is like cilantro. More dill, more cilantro, please. Off the top rope, 3.5, and the reason being, I don't want that sweetness in there. I just want, and I understand goes, it's tough to do it. Just give me a jar of pickle juice. I'll drink it. Do you remember that old wives' tale when we were kids that you could die from drinking too much pickle juice? Because I remember
No.
my friends and I, we would just drink pickle
I've never
juice.
heard that.
Really?
I've never heard that.
We keep jars of pickle juice in my fridge right now. There's 4 jars. Only 2 of them have pickles in them. The rest are just the pickle juice because we save them for Bloody Marys.
I remember your shot roulette had a pickle juice in there.
Remember?
Yeah, shot roulette, yeah. I never got the pickle juice.
And then there was people that would fight you if they got pickle juice.
They were mad.
They
mad.
were not these. The
No,
other
no,
day.
yeah, other people, other people.
What did we refer to?
You know what? That I'll never. Yeah, we'll go into it some other time.
Yeah.
Maybe closer to Christmas.
Off camera.
Yeah, just the effort my wife put into her sweater one year. She was really mad that she didn't win.
Oh.
It was based on a guess the number of fingers behind my back. That was how that came down to that. It came down to a tie, and the winner was someone from your wife's work. So anyway,
I'm trying to. I mean, there's been. I'd have to go into the. I'd have to go into the invites and.
it doesn't matter.
The great PowerPoints we make.
Yeah. So for we didn't tell you you were gonna be on an episode, and I know you're thinking this is early. You're okay still, right?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
All right, I don't want you to feel. This is a hangout first and foremost of the 4 of us. It's
Yeah.
been
Oh
a
yeah.
long time.
Once the camera goes off, it's not like we're
yeah.
departing. We're
But
still
I
gonna
want to
hang
make
out.
sure you're still good. But we have a surprise for you guys.
Including the koozies, but
Including
in addition,
the koozies, both of us have been at one time recruited by.
I know where this is going.
So we've made you a PowerPoint.
Yes.
Matt did most of the work.
no.
How dare you make me a PowerPoint?
Exactly.
How dare you
Because
insult me
guys-
like this?
Because you're personal friends. We know you. You don't need a PowerPoint to come on the podcast. In fact, you came on the podcast without a PowerPoint, but we still made you one. So here it is.
All right.
And as long as I'm not like throwing up, I'm gonna add these slides to the video
Yep.
so you guys can see them.
Better than how you can see
Better
them
than
now.
how you can see them now. So
All right, so you guys, this is the Brew Crew podcast. We're Dayton's premier craft beer podcast. We put a lot of effort into this, guys. So
Oh, we have an agenda.
today's
we have
agenda,
an agenda here.
beer.
Let's talk about it.
We're going to talk
Okay.
about it. We're Dayton's best podcast to listen to. We're podcast 40 under. There was a mistake. 41.
Okay.
Best 40 under 41.
And how to win friends and influence others with PowerPoint. That's what we're gonna leave. We're gonna go. JT, next one.
Yeah. So we are the Brew Crew podcast. There's other podcasts, but we're the Brew Crew. Our MO, right? We're here to create the best, the only beer podcast that anyone would want to listen to. We're contributing to the glorious nation, and there's really, if you hear other podcasts, don't believe them.
No.
Okay, because we're the best.
We're the best.
Yeah, they're feeding you.
Yeah.
They're feeding you crap. So.
You plus us equal they. You plus they equals magic.
See, I know this is accurate because data went into this.
Data did.
You
Most
would never,
likely,
you would never make
data-driven
statements like that
podcast.
unless there was data.
That's
behind it.
absolutely true.
Yep.
You gotta have the paperwork to back it up.
Yep.
Next slide. Topic 1.
Obviously, transitions. So here's a chart. As you can see, it's very clear the information that all categories we're dominating.
Wow, graphs.
We're dominating all categories.
Yeah.
Even though the color chart bars,
Pastels.
they don't line up to one of them being the best.
I don't
but
see it.
in some cases,
All of them.
In some cases, being the lower score is
Could
better.
make you better.
It's like golf.
Yeah, it's like golfing. Yeah.
As you can see, there's room for growth.
There's
even
always
now,
room for
even
growth.
though they're the
And that's
only
where you guys come in. You're gonna help us grow.
Yeah.
I love, someone thought, what's this slide called? Chart.
Sure. Hey man,
Hey,
it's PowerPoint.
again, it's PowerPoint.
Look, where can you find us? All right, we're not just
Yes.
here in Dayton. All right, we're not just this local podcast. We're everywhere. You get San Diego,
Far
San
reaching.
Francisco, Washington, Oregon, as I like to call it, Oregon, as he likes to call it.
Yeah.
Ohio. I mean, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois. They're like completely covered.
We got that whole corridor.
I mean, we're there.
Yeah.
We're there.
But-
So there you go.
Just,
That's where we're
it's clear.
This slide. This is familiar. You guys knew that already, right?
Yeah, this looks very
You
familiar.
guys, you've seen this.
Every
slide
letter's
before.
capitalized
Where
to
are
start
we heard?
except R.
Well, R is what do they call that? Some I don't know, like
joiner.
English. Conjoiner.
Yeah, conjoiner.
Look at our numbers are bigger in all the important categories.
And we have our competitors. Other podcasts you may have heard of. Joe Rogan. Who's that guy?
Right. He's got employees, but they don't like working there.
Yeah.
We are the best podcast to work for. In fact, all of our engineers have reported to be 100% satisfied.
100. Just the numbers.
Better Business Bureau. That's a metric from the BBB. Dayton's BBB.
Right.
Best podcast
place to work.
for.
Best place to work.
Best podcast to work
Best podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, look.
Well,
we're drinking beer.
someone else won
on the
Best
box.
Place to Work for.
Yeah.
Someone else won that.
Who's that?
I don't know. It might be a 4-letter company somewhere.
Yeah.
They won that.
Never-
but
never-
we're the best podcast. So.
That's weird.
Never.
Weird.
Never.
I know, right? Who
Never
would
heard
win
of
that?
Like,
Who would
I
win
mean,
that?
the numbers are there. Here's a very good quote. Come with me if you want to live or work for the best place.
There we go.
There it is.
Whoever Andy Norton is.
Dayton's Better Business Bureau Best Places to Work recipient.
I've only said it 3 times.
2015.
Oh. Hey, you know what? There's room
Quotes.
for improvement for Andy Norton too.
Yeah,
Not that you're him. You're Randy Orton.
You're Randy Orton. So but again, you got, and look, it's just staring off epically.
You got that 3 times?
No, I'm just noticing you put the 2015.
Yeah, I know. I'm
16,
asking
and
because I
23.
didn't put that metric in there. That's impressive.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, 3-time winner is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
here's
Look
our
at
here's
that.
our
There's
team.
The team. There's the team. In case you guys didn't know, Stev, huge team member here. He's our future producer, but current guest host.
Yep.
I don't remember Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph.
That's a diversity, because we're all inclusive.
We allow him to work 0 hours a week. He's still on.
Ralph's given his best years already.
he's on staff, but he doesn't come around. very
Right.
often.
No, he's employee emeritus. All right. Here we go. We got a timeline.
Yeah.
I mean, 2018 when we started, again, we're entering our 6th year of doing this. A couple of guys started drinking at the bar, and this is, Randy, again, when we would get together and just drink, we're like, we might as well get paid to do this.
Right.
So then we're going to start the podcast. And
Might as well
look at
get
us.
paid
That was
to do it.
2018. 2019, we started with 3 dudes, 1 microphone, and 10 million ideas, and Busch Light. And then commercials.
Oh,
Everyone
man,
loved the commercials.
Great.
2020, we hit 100 episodes, 100 million, 10 million views. 100 million.
100 million.
That's a real number. Views on platforms secured our market advantage in a non-pretentious craft beer podcast space. In 2022, something significant happened. I mean, obviously. We're going to tell you about it in the coming slides.
Yeah.
And then the future, obviously, world domination.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. JT.
How do you feel about this, this PowerPoint?
I mean, for a non-pretentious podcast, this is an extremely pretentious.
Wow, I'm glad you said that. So now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know. Whoops.
JT, I think this one, there we go.
Yeah, so these are our core values. I think you guys can really register with these core values, right? We got to be awesome, right? So also drink beer. And all of the business terms. So and right at the beginnings and ends of your sentences. I didn't put that core value on here, but it's important for business purposes. We rate beer, we drink beer, and we provide content. You guys like those core values? Those are core values you stand by.
Yeah.
Sure.
And use Untapped. That's an optional core value. Which,
You don't always have to.
Some
just
of
for
us
tracking.
subscribe to, some of us don't.
Yeah, that's why it's optional.
That's why it's
Some
optional.
people check into beers.
That bullet was more for Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next. Here's the template slide.
Yeah.
Which
But-
we didn't remove because we thought you guys would appreciate.
We thought you'd appreciate, the inner workings. We want you, to look behind all the magic that
we
this
want you
is.
to see how we develop our PowerPoint
Because
slides.
we're a little
we use
rough.
templates.
We use templates. So don't feel like day one you have to do everything right when you get here. We'll provide you with the tools to
You guys
grow
are
and
good.
succeed
As a beer drinker.
as a beer drinker.
And in summary, Brew Crew. That's our PowerPoint.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Sign me up.
All right,
See?
you're in.
There you go.
You're in. See, that was easy. So PowerPoints do work.
And we have...
In
and-
certain
I
situations.
apologize. I
Hey,
apologize.
and
I
we have
feel
so-
like I know a lot more when now
Yeah,
than when I
now you do.
We have
Now you
celebrity
Yeah.
endorsements.
And that's the bottom line.
Yep.
There we go.
You guys know who that was, of course.
There you go. And that's where that... I mean, you guys don't need that information because we have it already. Given it to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now you know. So thank you for sitting through our PowerPoint.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
I hope
Yeah.
you guys are on board.
You guys put a lot of time and effort into that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the win.
Yeah.
shitting on PowerPoints, that's typically not my style, but I did shit on some PowerPoints. One in particular.
Hey, and then we shit out a PowerPoint.
Not because I wanted to shit on the PowerPoint. The content was good. But anyway, let's get into our next beer. If I can mind slipping by here. Can you scooch in just a tad?
Sorry.
You're good.
This is the one I brought.
We can do that one. I was actually going to get thick for you guys. How thick do you guys want to get? Thick?
I don't know. That sounds pretty sauce.
Oh, did you go after it? Is that Taco Party?
Taco party.
Yeah, buddy.
Whoa.
I have a 4-pack of that too.
Oh, okay. Well, I only got two.
I'm
They're
excited.
On the single shelf.
No, I'm excited.
We're gonna have to share this, but it's okay. One can per two. This is Taco Party. This is a triple XL. And if you guys know anything about 450 North, the more X's, the thicker the beer. Here's for you guys.
And
you
the
want me to
smaller
rinse
your bank
glasses out?
and the smaller your bank
Yeah,
account.
this beer is very expensive. As you can see, it's $10 per can. So not cheap.
Did you buy this from Pat's?
I bought this from Barrel House. What was it at Pat's? 30?
$31.99.
Yeah, so Barrel House sells it by the can at $10 a can. So that's why I bought two. You guys want me to rinse your glasses out?
I'm good.
Not gonna finish. You're good.
No.
So when you get this at Barrel House, because they'll put 450 on tap, they have to clean the lines twice because it's. Have you guys ever had a 450 North?
I don't think I have.
You guys
Andy
are
has.
in for a real freaking treat.
had
Was it? Was it on?
We've shared.
Was it on the
Was
episode?
it the slushy one?
It might have been off
Yep.
camera with Luke. I think when you and Luke came over here before I had electricity.
That does
over
look
here.
familiar. Just the
Just the can. So this is, where did I put the can? Our can. Oh, right in front of me. This is Slushy XXXL. 3 X's is their thickest beer. So this is as close to a smoothie as possible. They have XL, XXL, and XXXL. All of them are smoothie beers, but the 1X is like a liquid. 2X is like with pulp maybe. And the 3X is like,
Body parts.
this shit's gonna leave residue.
It's like when you shart.
So it's a
Like your
Taco
favorite
Party
bands,
is, and the reason I bought this, it is triple orange and marshmallow. That's it. And
I didn't
every orange cream beer we've had on this podcast has pretty much been amazing.
I didn't realize when I bought this beer that it was a triple XL till I put it in the fridge. That said, the reason I bought it is because my affinity for Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. Well, I bought it for my affinity for orange cream beers.
Yeah, and then I saw that it was an orange cream beer. I was
Okay,
like,
so I've rolled it. Here we go. You ready to crack?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. All right, let's see how much this leaves. Oh, it doesn't look that thick.
And we rolled it. Yeah, it's great for the mic. Thanks. See yourself out, Hoff.
This over here. Oh, yeah, it's thick. It's thick. It smells great. There you go. So,
I can't wait.
Taco Party, 450 North. Now, 450 North we've talked about before. We've reviewed before. I've been there before. Amazing place. Next time you go home to Indiana, you should stop there. They actually do have slushy machines where their beer is in slush form. And it's pretty awesome. They
It
also
smells
have
like a
decent
festering
nachos.
war wound.
They have decent
With
nachos. So
creamsicle.
this smells like straight up orange juice. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
Now, my favorite thing to do with 450 North beers is this will be like a Saturday or Sunday morning crack for me.
Dangerous. This is a perfect Sunday morning beer. We should have started with this beer.
Oh,
I
that's
was
good.
going again, but
Wow.
because they're so delightful.
Goddamn.
These are like when I get up at 7, when you guys get up at 11:30 on a Saturday or Sunday morning. this would be
Oh, okay. So
wow.
the
I don't even like orange.
the biggest mistake that I think people have made, brewers have made with sweetness in beer,
Leaving
is
their
that
house
they
without
went to
pants on.
lactose instead of marshmallow. Every marshmallow beer I've had has just been exceptionally better than a milk
Oh, I see what you're
milk
saying. Okay.
sugar sweetened beer. And the reason is the milk sugar kind of has this like dull bitterness to it that the marshmallow doesn't. Marshmallow just gives it this like cream pop. It's just like fucking, it's like a brightness to the beer that wouldn't otherwise be there. So since I bought this beer, I go last. So you guys can feel free to talk about this beer.
Holy shit. I'll go first because I have thoughts. First of all, it's advertised as a triple orange and marshmallow beer. Everyone knows
5.3%.
5.3%. That's what I was looking for. Everyone knows I hate fake orange. Orange juice is phenomenal. Everything that's created after orange juice as a derivative sucks immensely. Tang, High C, Fanta, get the fuck out of here. The homeless drink. So off the top rope, this is the most delightful orange beer I've ever had. This tastes close to orange juice in just beer form. I echo JT's sentiments when it comes to marshmallow versus lactose. I feel like it gives it a little bit more body and persistence on the palate. Off the top rope, man, I'm going to have to go there. This is a 5.0. This is the best orange beer, and it's not close. This is fantastic.
I'd agree with that. It's very heavy orange up front with just a marshmallow back.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it
all
isn't
in the
too
breath.
sweet. Yeah. It's when you breathe out afterwards. I'm going to go... I'll go 4.75. It's hard for me just to give a 5 out.
Oh, okay.
4.75.
You're hard to
enough.
get.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you had a beer in your life that is a 5?
120 minute for sure, right?
Oh, yeah, that'll get you every time.
Yeah.
That's a good beer. Have you had Pliny? You're an IPA.
I haven't had a Pliny.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
We'll get you one.
So, is there any other beers outside of like what's a truth?
I like a truth. The first time I had truth,
Right.
I would have given it a 5 right off the bat.
Oh, the first time.
The first time I
First
ever
time I
drank
had
it.
it, I was like, I gotta acquire this taste.
Oh, but I
But now
love that. I mean, this was a while ago. My palate has evolved.
When I returned to it, I'm like, holy shit, this beer's good.
Yeah.
But the first time I had it,
First time I was really searching for like a super dank. The danker the better, and that at that point that was the best there was.
it's a pretty dank standard.
But
yeah.
I mean, there's more now.
Yeah.
More dank beers out there now, but
Yeah.
this was 6-7 years ago
Right.
when things were new. Yeah, this is delicious. Definitely worth $10 a can.
See,
Yeah.
again,
I
that's
agree.
that's
like,
something else.
seriously,
the
it's
thing.
worth it.
That's the thing. It's worth the $10.
And
Yeah.
all of their price points. So like their 4-packs, their cheapest one you'll get is like a 24 to 25,
Yeah.
and they will consistently sell
that's an
4-packs
XL.
at $40. So it's this is a typical price point for them. I just looked up. It was 37 a 4-pack at Halls.
37. Okay.
just looked
So it is close.
Yeah.
I didn't pay too much more.
Randy Orton.
So it's a less sparkling mimosa taste to me. It's a,
God, that's on point.
it's a mimosa and I'd rather have this than a
Yeah.
mimosa. So
Do you get the marshmallow in there?
a little bit, yeah, a little bit. I'm really confused by the can art because it looks like Taco Bell,
Yeah.
and I don't know how this has anything to do with tacos. That might be over my head.
Do you think that?
No, it's over my head.
So as a Taco Bell guy, I think they just fall in love with concepts. So it's like the old adage, like when you come up with a movie title, and then you're like, oh, this is such a clever. Then we have to film a movie. This is they came up with Taco Party and the artwork, and then they just threw something in the can. Because there's
that
nothing.
seems to be
There's
the
nothing
thing.
orange
Like,
related.
Like, there's nothing Taco Bell about this beer.
I bought
That's
it
a good
because of
point.
that, but it's what's in the product exceeds what's on the front.
Yep.
I'm-
I might actually pass up that beer because I just look at it and be like, nah,
It's a bean burrito in a
I
can.
don't know what that is.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those extreme Mountain Dews they sell
Yeah.
at Taco Bell.
But it's delicious though. I mean,
Rest of that
I would
seems
buy it if I saw it in the store, and so I would give it a 4.5.
And
4.5. Good score. This is Cannon Barter segment brought to you by us. Yeah, it's Taco Bell. So it's a slushy as it normally is, and a Taco Bell logo. Dong.
They
I'm
just-
full. Remember that? I'm full. That was my favorite Taco Bell commercial.
they just acquired or the trademark was seeded in all but one state for Taco Tuesday. So now they can use Taco Tuesday.
Oh, sweet.
So Taco John's, which
Good
is
for
supposed
them.
to be opening in the area, seeded that in all but one
Taco
state. Do you know what
John's.
state? There's a restaurant that controls the Taco Tuesday trademark
Texas.
in one state. We've talked about this on the podcast before.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot.
I have no clue.
It's New Jersey, and it's like a 7-generation restaurant, and the guy still does 2 tacos for $1 on Tuesday.
How can you trademark Taco Tuesday?
And that was Taco Bell's argument.
Blasphemy.
Even LeBron
We
James
use that
because-
everywhere.
Yeah, the vernacular or whatever.
It's
But
just
Taco
common
John's
language.
owned it, and
It's like Happy Birthday.
the reason why Taco John's gave it up is because they're like, we can't go to war with. I mean, they will price us out of litigation.
Well, I mean, it's not Taco Bell. It's Pepsi, right? They own
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Yeah,
So
Yum
you're
brands.
you're going to war with Pfizer, basically.
But
They're gonna crush you.
there's a Taco John's opening in
If you eat
Kettering.
Taco Bell, you
In the local
you're
area.
getting vaccinated, basically. Let's go controversial. Anyway, so I think the first 5 I ever gave on this podcast, that was the Cannon Barter segment. The first 5 I ever gave on this podcast was the orange creamsicle from Nowhere in Particular. Look at
That's
this guy.
still my favorite one.
OG fan here.
Yeah.
I'm bringing up the
Just
spreadsheet. I'm gonna
amazing
find out
beer.
if you're a liar.
This,
That was
I think that was
fantastic.
episode 2 or 3. Very, very good beer. Just still stands up. I wish they would make it more often. They do bring it back every now and then.
It was episode
and
3.
It hasn't been
Was it
as
5?
good.
Yeah, he gave it 5.
It hasn't been as
All
good
the beers
as
we've ever
it
done.
was that original time. And that's because I think they elevated the creamsicle part over the orange part. Now they're elevating the orange part over the creamsicle part.
We're almost to 5. This is dated.
This
I keep
beer
that next to
has
it
a
on my
marshmallow aftertaste that
episodes
I
would be at 500.
haven't really experienced in a lot of beers. It nails that marshmallow flavor, which means I think they're really using marshmallow. They're not
They
just
have to.
using
It's not a gimmick.
sugar and calling it marshmallow. So what this beer is just it lives up to that Nowhere in Particular beer. I can't give it anything else but a 5. I have to. It's so good. It's just so good. I would drink this beer. Like if I ever go back to Mexico, I want this to be my morning drink every morning. It's so fucking good. It's the perfect wake up beer.
I do think I liked Nowhere in Particular's better. This
Okay.
is really good.
That's a fair
I feel
argument
like I
because
like
that
that
was a
one a little
damn
bit
good
better.
beer.
We've been around so long. When you had that Nipcock beer, that was before even Nipcock. That was still when
before,
they were
yeah.
a gypsy brewer because
Yeah.
that was batch 26, right?
Yep, batch 26.
Because I remember that number. Because even I gave it a 4 or 5.
How many batches are they in now if they were to make those again?
Like if
They're
they
probably in the thousands.
Oh, easy.
Easy.
Because
batch
it's such
26.
a small craft.
Yeah, I mean that was just such a good beer.
I challenge.
This stands up to it.
I want red or cranberry in my it's a perfect morning beer, but like if I'm gonna paint, I want like a cranberry or a red fruit instead of orange. But that's just my angst against.
That's the Wisconsin.
That's just my angst against orange.
You want more bogginess in this.
Yeah, more bogginess, more basement sump pump.
More business. If you're listening to this like in the current times, October 2023.
Hi, Chuggalo Mom.
This beer is available at Barrel House. So it is not like it's like if you're listening to this next year in 2024, it's probably not available. You can get this, and you can get this fish beer. Can you get this beer currently?
Yeah, the Wickles pickle beer. I got that from.
So all this beer is available. If you want to drink along. All right, what do we want to do next? You guys still feeling good?
Yeah.
You want to have a donut or
a McGriddle?
Or you just want to go into the next beer?
Get the beer.
You guys got to set your fantasy lineups. We did surprise you with the episode, so I don't want you guys to fall behind, and setting your
I'm good on
lineups.
fantasy.
I checked it this morning.
Sunday.
I brought up my FanDuel because I want you guys to. We don't have to do this on, but I want you guys to spend my money on my FanDuel team to make
I'll
sure
spend
that
some
I've got my best team. It's $25 a week, so it's not too bad. But
I've gotten so lucky in fantasy this year.
did he tell you he took third place in fantasy baseball?
Oh, I did.
Oh, that's
And I used it to buy baseball cards.
nice.
Which
Well,
Andy will appreciate.
just
I won
reinvesting.
$60. First time I've ever won money in fantasy baseball. In fact, it's the first time I've won money in fantasy because the year I won football was 2020.
Do you guys still do
And
this?
no one paid fees,
Oh.
so I didn't win anything.
Do you guys still do
Yeah,
the spouses
that was a
league with
goofy year.
DBC?
He
No,
just
that
canceled
ended.
it.
This is the first year, I think, right?
Last year or this year, he canceled it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The
So,
trophy,
yeah.
trophy came back to me because I donated the trophy.
Yeah.
And then after that, Chris was like, "We're done, no more."
That's crazy.
It got to be to the point where I think people were not really paying attention anymore, and it was almost getting
I
easy.
was.
Oh.
I won the league 2 years ago. And now, 3
I
years
was
ago
on
because
it.
it was.
You're a
2020.
tryhard.
Yeah.
Speaking of trophies, our beer of the month at work, those trophies. I think DBC had the plunger last.
Who's got the troll?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I had it for a while,
Yeah.
and then I don't know where it wound up.
It's probably floating
It's
around
still in the building,
somewhere.
for sure.
Yeah, it's on
Well,
someone's desk.
DBC had one of them. There's no way he's still got the plunger on the desk. I don't even know where he sits anymore.
Does Casey
It
still
might
have
be an
the-
82-19 actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I could
Does
just go
Casey
up.
still have that gnome?
Yeah, the troll.
Potentially.
Maybe
I
Casey
know where he
had it,
sits. Yeah.
Going to be a lot of inside pool. So I brought something from the cellar, but we can sit and enjoy this one for a little bit.
I'm done with it.
No, I'm done.
Obviously,
still have some.
obviously we can, and this one is going to need this one.
Ooh, look at this.
I went a little goofy
Let me
again
rinse with glass
because
out again.
I wanted to hang out longer, and I didn't want to go like a big dark bourbon barrel and get people all fucked up.
Yeah.
So this is a, yeah. Can I get a rinse too? This is going to be a mixed culture saison fermented in wine barrels. Solidarity, and I'm going to need. I almost brought Richard.
What are we in solidarity with?
Happy Hollow. Oh, what are we in solidarity with? I just want to bring something classy for Randy Orton.
From a financial perspective, I think I can capitalize on some solidarity.
Do you need a rinse?
JT, can I get a rinse?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
With solidarity with what?
We'll talk about it
See-
later. I don't want to be rude.
see, so wine you smell the cork, and beer you smell the
Thank
cap.
Yeah, no problem.
Right.
The cool thing about these, and this is not an advertisement, is that WeatherTech is out of Illinois. Did you know that?
Yeah, I
And
did
this is a
not.
Black
When I
Hawks.
drive, when I
It's a
drive,
Blackhawks coaster.
when I drive by their massive building.
Yeah, one time he drove by the Allstate headquarters and I worked there, and he didn't stop.
I took a picture of it and sent
I know
it to
you
him.
had your daughter with you, but I think at the time you only had one. Can't remember. 2016?
Was that the year that you were up there?
Yeah. You drove by and you texted me, and I was like, "Are you here? Stop! I'll let you in." And you were like, "Nah, we're already like in Wisconsin."
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
no.
"Shit."
When I'm on the road, I'm fucking motivated.
Yeah, but you should have been motivated by Me.
Oh, the Jaguars are playing right now.
You guys came to
Again?
to Illinois and showed me Stranger Things.
That
I remember that.
fucking Giordano's, that was a
And
trip.
that Cubs game we went to.
That
Bleachers against
bowling
the
alley
Cardinals.
that you never let me forget. That Cubs game was fun. That was fun.
The world's fucking hottest bullet.
And
Oh,
we tried to get Chuck.
and we tried, and you were driving to the drive-through. Do you remember this?
Oh,
And you
forgot
forgot
your
your wallet.
yes.
We
That
were
was
so
the-
close. We're like,
We were in the Charger.
and
On
we don't
speakerphone.
we don't want to talk about conditions and stuff because this is 10 million, 100 million podcast listens. But you were so disappointed when you got
smells
back. But we had him convinced that we had a plane ticket waiting for him. And he's like, guys, I'm not going to be there till like 1 a.m. And we're like, dude, it's going to be worth it.
Well, I think I know what that is, but I need to see to verify.
It smell. I'll tell you straight up. It's Fruity Pebble weed.
It smells like weed. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I'm checking.
Yeah, that we
Seriously,
almost
Dan.
got you there. We had pulled the money. I don't know. I missed his last sentence, but we pulled the money together.
Because you were driving.
I was driving. We were in the Charger. We were going to the bowling alley.
I think it was in the world. That bowling alley was in hell, right? Like it was
More bowling alleys are showing up.
90,
like that than
95
the real
degrees.
ones.
Like I was sweating.
Yeah, it was hot.
I don't
And they had
remember
leather couches.
I don't remember the hot part. I just
Yeah,
remember
I had
being-
swass.
I just remember 2 games of bowling was like $90.
I remember the bowling lane was like hollow underneath.
The
So when you
balls
threw
were
your
bouncing.
ball, they would like bounce. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It wasn't,
And there was kids
like
next to us.
obviously bowling wasn't their main thing.
Yeah,
They were just trying to like pull
bowling
in
was a
families to
feature
do
of this place.
like drinks and food. Yeah, it was.
We were very gracious about it, and JT never heard about it for the rest
Never
of
heard about it again.
And we never got brought up. And it felt like in an oven.
It was. It should have been the most forgettable part of that trip, but it has become one of the more memorable because we did so much. We went to the Cubs game, Cubs Cardinals, which I got Matt to go to a Cubs game that didn't involve the Brewers.
Do you remember? I know he remembers.
Hell yeah!
Do you remember
Are you
the
kidding?
Cardinal player? He
Oh,
played
no,
center
not the
center
Cardinal.
field.
Randall Grichuk.
Yeah,
Randall
yeah,
Grichuk,
yeah.
still Blue Jay.
And he had a homer, and then when he came back out, I just remember
It was his
looking-
birthday, wasn't it?
I don't know
Yeah,
if
it was his birthday.
And he had like a grand slam.
But
Because
we
we were
were-
talking shit.
We were heckling him
We were
so
like,
bad.
great, you suck. And then he hits a grand slam, and we find out it's his birthday
Yep.
from like the announcements or something. And we're like, all right, you're all right.
And I almost got into a fight with that
We were
grandma.
that's what I remember.
That's what.
She was like all about Dexter Fowler.
And all of the Cubs fans, no one ratted me out.
Forgot about
no,
no-
one read-
no,
'cause that's
everyone
the
knew it was
bleachers,
me.
Man. That's the bleachers.
And
Cubs
she
bleachers
looked-
are the place to be.
So this grandma had a sign that said like I want to have your baby or something like that. And I go, you're not able to procreate. Or something. Like I was like, you're old enough to be his
yeah,
mom.
his grandma.
And she got pissed. And so we're 10, 11 rows up. She's right on, and she pissed. And no one ratted me out. Like,
all about this.
oh my god, like fucking angry. Who said that? You know.
You got quiet?
Oh, hell yeah,
Oh,
hell yeah, I
but,
did.
But no one dimed him out because the
Yeah.
Cubs bleachers.
I was gonna be like, "Fuck you, Grandma!" Like, let's go.
Wrigley bleachers is like the last bastion of like
It was.
frat boy.
It's lawless.
It's lawless. Yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
you know how you could
kids should never go.
hang out my cock here and pee out the window. You could just pee in the bleachers. I'm very
It's
convinced.
just
Like,
you could do whatever you want. Like Wrigley bleachers is the shit. It's the best place to sit.
and you want to talk, because this was 2016. You said.
Yeah,
When we
You
were-
got to go to a Cubs game during the World Series run. Should be great.
Yeah, it's life changing.
Should be.
The only thing we're talking about like craft beer and stuff, like the beer selection there, it's balls, suck
Yeah.
balls. Yeah.
It's all Goose Island. It's
Yeah.
outside of Chicago.
But
Yeah.
so it's all green line, yellow line type stuff. But
stupid.
like, which was great because
312.
we drove after the game. But like after the game, I needed to take a shit, and there was a Taco Bell right there. It's not there anymore.
no,
from
no,
what you
no,
guys were
they
saying.
demolished it for a parking garage.
And there's there's no like public bathroom, so we were parking in someone's like back driveway, and you have to pay money. But they had I knew they had a porta potty,
yeah,
and I was like doing
in
like
the alley.
the like
banging boys?
I've got to go, and they're like just go in front of us. I'm like
You do not want to see this.
yeah no I'm thinking like we've all had those emergency shits where it's like I would pay $20. Thank God that was
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Like I'm just so grateful I have a hoop to shit in. I don't care what the condition is or where it is, but like it was important that happened. Like hilarious.
That is hilarious. What a great time. All right, so this beer
It's going to be a quick hitter because we've done 4 of them, and then just so we can get to the hang.
Andy brought a Drekker.
Hang portion of the day. Oh, I saw the Drekker.
Yeah,
You want to do the
try
Drekker
that.
on?
Sure.
Well, we should have done that one instead.
No, we'll do that next.
Okay. I just don't want to
All right.
fuck everyone's Sunday up.
Oh yeah, don't fuck your Sunday up. This is gonna be a deep cut. You guys ever?
This one smells like my grandma's medicine cabinet
Similar.
when she spilled Pepto-Bismol and
You know what
antacid
this?
in it.
You know what this? On the breath out. So this is all nose. So I'm not saying that I've tasted what I'm about to say. It's all smell. Wooden bottom dress shoes. That's this beer. Yeah, you guys think about
It
it.
never changes.
Think about it.
Never change it.
Try this beer and think, have you guys ever had wooden bottom dress
I
shoes?
don't know that I have.
I've had a pair of wooden bottom dress shoes before. They weren't expensive. I don't know why those are so fancy because they were actually pretty cheap. But they have a distinct smell, and it's this beer. You've had wooden bottom dress shoes. You seem like the kind of guy who would have had them. Does this beer taste like wooden bottom dress shoes?
He just wore some on Thursday.
I don't know.
It's just got this distinctness to it. This beer is interesting. It has a very marijuana-y
Yeah.
type of aura about it. The smell it's like fruity pebbles and weed, but then also the taste,
That's like
very tiny hint.
that's a
Hint,
dream
tiny
combination for a
hint.
lot of people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, fruity
if
pebbles
you could
and
get
weed.
that in like a smokable.
I love like the
Thing.
Hemperor and stuff like that. Bell's makes one. Like I love the hemp infused beers.
Yeah.
I really do.
I wonder if people who actually consume marijuana would agree with.
Oh, I was gonna say,
none of us are.
Not a good place for a pause. People actually do consume marijuana.
No.
Yes,
What
that's
I'm
it.
saying is like none of us are really like connoisseurs of weed, right? So we
Yes.
don't really know.
None of us.
It's not in our lives enough. I don't think it's not in my life enough. You guys can speak for yourselves.
It's not my life. Period.
Yeah, it's not.
I know
Well,
what he's talking about.
if
Right.
it's so it's recreational, legal in Illinois, and I don't smoke it. But when I go to Binny's, it's like in the air. It's like the thickest shit ever. I actually, as much as I think legalization should be the case across the country, experiencing how much weed is in the air in Illinois, I'm kind of like, this is fucking
too
ridiculous,
much.
dude. Like, it's too much.
Yeah.
Like, go home and do this. Anyway, that's an old man yelling at cloud opinion.
No, that was good.
All right, I got a review for this beer.
The color is Saison. The taste, it's just the same thing. It's like a mixture between some sort of like earthy thing and fruity pebbles. There's this weird fruity pebblesness about this beer, and I can't pinpoint where it is. Like I think it's on the breath, but I also get a sweetness on the tongue. So it's very earthy. It is. It's like the beer was filtered through tree bark or something. Which leads me to those shoes, wooden sole shoes. It's just, it's very interesting. I don't know that I could really provide this beer a quality score based on its craftsmanship from the brewer, because this seems like out of my depths. But taste-wise, it's basically a 3.0. So I'm there. I appreciate what it represents, but I don't appreciate what the tastes come out as. And I'll do the can art real quick. Can art bonus segment brought to you by us.
These are just extra beers, so
This
we
is
can just
just
quick hit these.
Trees, and it looks like it was done by crayons. Okay, that's the can art. Like you said, it's an extra.
Randy, you said you had thoughts.
Yeah, I think so. I imagine some patchouli soaked person.
Yeah.
Patchouli.
I'm
Yeah.
totally.
Boom.
This is a
Yeah.
hippie.
I had
this
not
is a
thought of
hippie.
that word. There it is.
100%
His
hippie.
basement was a little damp in the morning, and so
Damp
he took off.
basement patchouli.
He took off his white patchouli covered shirt, mopped it up, and squeezed it into a bucket.
Oh,
That's this
yeah,
beer.
that's the spirit. What possesses people to use patchouli? If you're a patchouli user and you watch this podcast, comment like, what is it that is it cologne to you? Maybe it's like cilantro.
I feel like that's
Some people
I
just
feel
don't
like
get
that's
it.
one of our future expansions. No one that listens to this podcast is a patchouli
There might be
user.
patchouli users on this podcast.
It's foul, and you need to stop it.
Oh.
This is a foul beer, according to Randy Orton. What's your score?
It's a generous 2.75.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that score. That's a good score.
Yeah.
Hoff?
Good score for this beer.
Yeah, I agree with everything that Andy just said. I think he hit the nail on the head. I'll give it a 3.
Patchouli was masterful,
yeah.
for sure.
Quick hit off the top rope. This is a 3.25. This is the quintessential hippie beer.
Yeah.
Shame on me for bringing this. And the one, the one thing that I will say, a lot of my cellar, in like my sweet spots are double digit, and I wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
So the biggest ABV beer that we've had so far is the 7.8. Everything else has been in the 5s.
This is a 5?
Yeah, this is a 5%. But it's nice. I should have brought something a little bit more.
No, this is what this podcast is all about.
Yeah.
You want to grab that Drekker out of the fridge?
Sadness and disappointment. One more beer. One for the road.
One more beer. One for the road.
We're gonna call this. And then
I had another, but I'm gonna save it for the next episode because it'll be a great conversation. It plays off of. I think you should get the fuck out.
By the way, that was a great episode title. And,
great
and
episode
it's
title.
trending a lot better.
You could just bring the whole fork back over if you want to.
Oh, by the way, Drekker, we do talk about can ring technology on this podcast. Drekker going to the cardboard biodegradable rings is awesome.
Yeah.
Better for the turtles.
It is better for the turtles. Now, I watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall. You guys familiar with the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
First date movie I went on with my wife.
Very small comment in there that one of the Hawaiians makes is that turtles orgasm for 3 hours. Is that true?
Let's go to our turtle expert.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to throw that in there while I rinse these glasses. All right, silence. No
Yeah,
one
it's
knows
great.
about
Great
turtle
podcast.
orgasms?
Everyone's
You guys aren't turtle
everyone's trying to chug the
You
fucking
guys aren't
hippie.
turtle orgasm experts?
I cannot comment on turtle orgasm.
The nice thing that I love about Drekker cans, and I don't talk about can art boner.
You could do the can art segment if you want.
It's not my gimmick. Is on Drekker cans, it does have gimmick on it.
It says gimmick?
Yeah, and I love on every can art boner segment. You haven't gone up to the camera, have you?
No, I don't want to disturb the guest.
Gotcha. So, anyways, pour it. So this is
I'm too thick to fit.
Ooh.
Too thick to fit is a good title.
That's the episode's title.
Yep. Randy, give us a breakdown on your submission.
Yeah.
So I was in Yellow Springs yesterday, and I forget the establishment that I was in. But
So you were in the patchouli capital.
Oh yeah, that's the patchouli capital for sure.
And I was just perusing the beer, and I was like, well, I know they're a big
Sorry,
sour
Stacey.
crowd over there, so I'll try this. And
Sauerkraut?
Sour crowd. I was like, I know these guys like sours. So.
I do like sauerkraut. I have 2 jars in the
And it
fridge right
looked
now.
pretty cool.
We
And
do
so
love
that-
sours, and the can art's amazing. So this is called, just to help steer this is called Mind Bullet. It's a sour IPA from Drekker. And we talk about Drekker because Drekker has raised the bar to the likes of 450 and Three Floyds.
Yep.
And Rheingeist. They're
Toppling Goliath.
they're a highly touted brewer on this podcast. They are one of the top boys.
Wow.
And again, being from Fargo, and the fact that their distribution,
choice.
it's amazing. Yeah, excellent choice.
Without drinking it, excellent. You've chosen a brewer that we respect. You guys want to do the crack as the guest?
You guys
even want to do the countdown?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
Excellent job. It's like
I'm getting nervous every time.
Forever.
There was even like a half-second delay between.
Yeah, you guys did.
No,
perfect
it's
then.
getting
You just know.
It's like you guys work together. You guys are in sync.
For a sour, the coloration is interesting because it's just like a normal.
Well, sour IPA,
beer.
right?
Sour IPA. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
Sour IPA series. I didn't know they had a series.
I didn't either.
I'm going to be up in Drekker land.
So for those uninitiated, there are multiple malts in this. Two-row malt.
Because we talked about tall grass.
Oats malt, carafoam malt, spelt malt, and lactose sugar malt. I don't know. Lactose sugar is a malt.
This one will wake you up.
Hops are Magnum, Huel Melon, Mosaic, and Hallertau Blanc. There's Lactobacillus culture and house IPA yeast flora. And the gimmicks, none at this time. None this time.
The interesting thing with lactose, you use lactobacillus when you want to spontaneously ferment a beer.
Interesting beer.
Drekker's got a badass little logo.
Oh yeah, their logo's sweet as hell. A Viking, huge beard.
I want to see if this works.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
9 bullets.
This is a 7.1.
Seasoned Curlies. 7.1%. We didn't mention that. They should make a beer called Seasoned Curlies.
Small seasoned Curlies.
Small seasoned
seasoned
Curlies.
Curlies.
And a half diet, half regular Coke,
Yep.
right? Because I'm on a diet. Can Art's great. Drekker kills it. Drekker just
Always. They have a distinct theme and can, it's like that metal, that hard edge, very Three Floyds is.
Yeah.
Dark Horse, you think about that. There's a signature. You could take away their branding and everything on their can, and you're like, that's a Drekker can.
This is what draws me into beer half the time. When I see Three Floyds or stuff like this, I'm like,
Yep,
that looks
100%.
pretty good.
And then like we've brand recognition, Drekker, Toppling Goliath, Rheingeist, everything is going to be made quality. There's thought provoking. They're going to take chances, but it's educated chances.
Oh yeah, can art is a huge seller. If you're not doing it, well, so if you're 450, you've got brand recognition. But like if you're trophy, smart to make this can art.
Like you've said, white cans are the way to do because
White
that's going to
cans
stand
stick out.
off.
Especially when you're up against Drekker and 450, which is what I said earlier. Look at that. Who are you picking? You're picking the white can. Here's the contrast. You want that white can.
That's a good selection of beers.
It is. This really has
Throw
been
that
an
guy in
excellent
there, too.
selection, even with the pickle beer.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought the turds.
This one,
I brought the
the
the pickle
one
beer and
after.
then solidarity.
But the can art on that's pretty nice.
I should have brought a fucking Russian Imperial. I was
No.
so close to bringing a Russian Imperial, like a Rasputina from 2017. I was so close.
I thought you were only bringing like barley wines and stouts. That's why I didn't do them.
By the way, there was a new vertical that was brought out by Jackie O's. It has barley wines and
Jackie O's has like 6 barley wines at Barrel House right now.
yeah. So I bought. They'll be coming up, but there's a lot that I bought for the cellar.
Oh, okay.
Fucking $12 a bottle for that stuff, and it's the shorties. Oh my god. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about mine bullets. I'll go first. This has a sharp punch to it that was really unexpected.
This crescendos quickly.
In most sour IPAs, there's something that lingers, and usually it's just kind of this sweet hop flavor. This one's like a needle prick, and then it's gone. It's weird. It's a weird beer. Now that needle prick, it's interesting because I would describe the taste of this beer as clean. I can't really figure out much else.
It's interesting how
It does, man. It's like I really don't want to go back to household chemicals because I feel like it's so cliche.
that's your gimmick.
But it's almost like a sharp Windex, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
I don't wanna do this.
I
It
think
is.
that's good. I think that's
It's
a good.
just
comparison.
sharp Windex. This beer is its identity is lost in how short the taste is, in how like short in seconds. It's just like, wow, this is I'm drinking something.
It's a bullet. It's quick.
And within it's exactly right. It's a bullet, and then it's like almost immediately you've forgotten that you've been drinking a
It's
beer.
a mind bullet. That's what
It's
it's called.
crazy. God, it's Drekker, so I want to be biased, but for the sake of the sanctity of this podcast, I'm going to give this beer a 3.5 because it will never stand the test of time. I will not remember this beer. Like I'll remember this taco one. It's so quick that it doesn't really have an identity that will stand the test of time. So 3.5.
That was a good description.
Thanks. As the provider of the beer, you have to go last.
You have to go last.
I think it's sharp, pungent, and quick, like you said. But I think it's memorable for that.
It could be.
Right? So I like it, actually.
Sharpness. Okay,
yeah,
fair
because it's a
enough.
quick hitter. I'm gonna go with a 4.
It's interesting.
like it.
It's interesting. Off the top rope, it's interesting how dank it is, and again that crescendo. I'm just doing this with my finger because it goes away immediately off the palate. You're only left with the dryness that you typically get with an IPA. That sour doesn't linger. There's no sour in the back of the palate. It's not in the tall grass territory by any means, but it's still good. And at a 7%, it's a good weighty beer. Off the top rope, I'm going to give this 4.25.
Ooh.
Nice.
Sour IPAs are my jam.
Yeah, I like them too, but this one didn't register.
I feel like this thing does really cool things to the tongue. Front, sides, back. You get something different all around. And that's why I keep sipping it. Next time you sip it, try that. Just pay attention to your tongue. It's pretty cool. And it's good. I like it. I would buy it again. And for that reason, I'd give it a 4.
I love it.
That's amazing that you found it that fast.
Oh yeah, it's nice having the soundboard right here.
Yeah, mine bullets. Yeah, good selection. That was a good diversity of beers. Lots of
Man, it's tough to bring the
sours that
losers.
So if we're ranking them,
If we're ranking
we
them,
got Taco Party.
Yeah.
This is my ranking, by the way. Mine Bullet, your pickle beer, and then whatever this thing is, the fish.
And then
And obviously,
yeah,
this is
obviously
number
that's
one.
the last. Yeah.
I think we all agree. Just looking down at the scores, I'm glad I didn't write a bunch of notes so I could keep up with the scores.
I am in solidarity with this beer.
Being the worst one. Yeah.
Yes.
Next time we get together, that's it. Gloves off. I'm bringing the heat.
He's bringing the heat. I'm excited for you to bring the heat.
But I think it's time for hang time.
Hang time?
Hang time.
What does that mean?
Throw
gonna
this
get
off
on
so we
a-
can be inappropriate.
on one of those like hang gliders.
Yep, we're gonna hang glide.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
hang time.
glide my wiener out the window and take a leak, even though there's
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
urinal.
check out
There's a
this
urinal. You
urinal.
got to use the urinal. That's episode
I'm about
250.
there.
A big milestone in our podcasting careers. Thank you to Randy Orden and Hoff for joining us. This has been amazing. I'm sorry you guys didn't know ahead of time that you were going to be on a podcast, so you could put makeup on or whatever, like we did.
Yeah.
We're wearing makeup, of course.
Obviously,
we were
I
done
can
up
tell.
by our executives and stuff. That's it. That's episode 250. Slip by here.
Hey, you turned on the sign right as that.
Oh,
that
wow,
just.
sure did that. All right, that's it.
Thanks,
Bye.
Chuggles. Bye bye.